so much for coming to my channel. I really appreciate it. I have been wanting to share this DIY with you guys for a while, but it's so appropriate because it is getting hot. It is now officially summer and we are at functions, sweating, getting funky. We need something to absorb the odors, but we also need something that's going to be natural and really good for our skin. Something especially for the gentle area under the arms where we shave and different things like razor bumps and things that happen. This DIY deodorant is going to be for you, especially if you have issues with that. So let's check out the ingredients that we're going to be using for this DIY. One of the first ingredients I wanted to share with you guys is mango butter. I love mango butter. I love shea butter as well, but I'm using mango butter because it doesn't have as much of a smell. Shea butter can be kind of strong. It is a wonderful butter that I love. I truly love. But for this particular DIY, I'm going to keep it to mango butter. And all the actual measurements of these ingredients will be in the description box. Just wanted to share that with you guys. But you will need your butter and you'll need a carrier oil. This carrier oil is actually avocado oil, but you can use any carrier oil that you have at home. Whatever, this is a beginner DIY, so don't feel like you have to use every single thing that I did. You don't. You will actually need to have beeswax or Candelilla wax. A wax that is going to help make everything solid and more like an actual hard balm instead of a liquid. We don't want a liquid here. You'll also need some coconut oil. If you don't want to use coconut oil because you're sensitive to it, babasu or a babasu oil is a really nice substitute for coconut oil. Now you will need some clays. So the first clay here is actually, excuse me, that is not a clay. The first powder or clay, this is actually bentonite clay. Bentonite clay is amazing. Everybody knows it's the bomb. It detoxes, it pulls out all of the bad stuff, all the impurities that tend to be under the pits. This particular powder is Diatomaceous Earth. Diatomaceous Earth is kind of controversial. I like Diatomaceous Earth. It kind of is like the same controversy level of essential oils. Should you use it? Is it harmful for animals? Is it harmful for bugs? Blah, blah, blah. It's natural. It's made of silica. It's found at the bottom of the ocean. It's basically powdered down diatoms and basically powdered down shells. And what it does is it absorbs odor and it keeps away, as far as in the home, if you put it around your home, it's so much better than using something more toxic because it actually just keeps the bugs away. And it kind of, yeah, they don't like it. I'll just leave it at that. But anyway, it's good for the skin and it's good for so many different things, even great for your teeth. You'll also want to have some arrowroot powder. If you don't have arrowroot powder, you can use cornstarch. That's perfectly fine. It will work just fine. And you also want to have some magnesium. I love magnesium deodorant. I've tried several different magnesium deodorants and I tell you, it works. It is also very, very good at absorbing odors. Also, you're gonna wanna have some type of essential oil. If you don't like anything, you can leave it without a scent, but I like lemongrass. I love smelling like lemons and all kinds of citruses. So in this particular ingredient, I put a little bit of vitamin E oil because it goes in after everything is cooled down. And what it does is it helps the other oils to not oxidize, to not go rancid. You're gonna wanna make sure you have a measuring cup, some tins to put your deodorant in. You got your pots because we're gonna be doing a double boiler method. So we're gonna include all of our oils in our pot and we're gonna set it right on in there just like that. Turn our pot on medium. Can you guys see that? Yep, it's gonna be on medium heat and we're gonna let everything melt down first and then we'll pour in all our clays. All right, so everything is all melted down now. As you can see, the oil is nice and melted. It's still warm, which is great. So we'll go ahead and add in all of our clays. I'm gonna go ahead with my bentonite clay and the arrowroot powder. The magnesium. And the star of the show, the Diatomaceous Earth. Or DE for short, right? That makes it a little bit easier. Now, I'm gonna go in and mix all of this up until I get it to the nice consistency that's like almost like a cleansing balm effect. Let me make sure you guys can see that really good. See that getting mixed up? But you want to make sure as you get all the clumps out that the clumps are completely melted out. And I'm just so you know, I did change the temperature to low here on the stove. Yeah, we need things to be low once we start putting in our clays and all these good natural minerals. So we'll mix this up until we get the creamy consistency that we're looking for, so we can be ready to pour into our tins, and we'll let it cool down a little bit so we can go ahead and put our fragrance in, okay? So I'll do this for just a couple more minutes. So now what we'll do is we'll go ahead and pour everything into our measuring cup, and we don't want to miss a drop here. This actually helps things to cool down, which is what you want. We'll get everything in. Try not to make a mess like me. And get it all into your measuring cup. I don't like wasting stuff, you guys. Times we living in, everything is super expensive. So, yeah, we use what we got. Especially when you got good products, you know. You want to use it all. All right, I think that's good. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. All right, everything's in here. This is just warm, it's not hot at all, so you can give it a little bit of mix so it doesn't get hardened, and that's good. And I'll go ahead and put in the final ingredient, and that is my fragrance. Go ahead and pour that in. Smells yummy. And I'll give that a good stir. After you have stirred that all up and you can see and it smells good, nothing has hardened, then we'll go ahead and transfer this on into our tubes. Excuse me, our tins, not our tubes, our tins. I do have tubes for my deodorant, but I'm not gonna use them for this one. I got all kinds of things to put my DIYs in. So I really like these because they're inexpensive. You can get them on Amazon as well. Okay. And we'll go ahead and pour our deodorant in. Oh yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. One for me and one for my husband. All right, as you can see that beeswax, it gets hard. So let me, like I said, we don't waste. So I'm gonna get as much as I can in here, hopefully before it hardens. This is good. You see how quickly it gets kind of that clay texture? Yeah, it doesn't take long. Alrighty. Okay, we got we have deodorant. All right, so we're gonna give our tins a little tap here. And what I'll do is I'll let these cool. You can feel free to put these in, you can put them in like in the refrigerator or somewhere where you know it's cool and dry, and they will be ready in the morning. All right, everybody, it's the next day and our DIY mineral deodorant is complete. I did not set it in the refrigerator. I actually just let it sit with the cap on it, the tops on it, just kind of lightly. But I did close these up earlier. I'm super excited about this consistency. So this is what you'll get. It'll kind of feel like a balm, like a cleansing balm if you've ever used a cleansing balm or if you've ever made your own cleansing balm. It has a really nice consistency. It is non-greasy. You're not gonna have like a very gritty feeling, even though you use lots of clays. It's not going to be gritty by any means. The butters, everything blended so well together. Now, I just wanted to make sure for reiteration, because I don't think I reiterated it earlier. If you are going to use the Diatomaceous Earth in this DIY recipe, you want to make sure that it is a food grade diatomaceous earth. That's a mouthful. But yeah, that's what you're going to want to use, food grade. All right, that's very important, because if you don't, it can cause irritation to the skin, and we don't want anything like that. But I want to give you guys a nice little close-up of what the deodorant will look like, and I wanted you to see the consistency. So it's like a balm, like I said. As you can see, it has kind of a creamy feel to it. If you see it on the hand, I'll just rub it in so you can see it. See how nicely that just kind of blends in? And you don't have a greasy feel or anything like that. You won't have any chalkiness under your arms, anything like that. It should last a good 6 hours if you're outside in the heat. But if you're inside, you should be good to go, unless you're a person that just sweats profusely, which I hope not. Otherwise, you may have to reapply a little bit more often than 6 hours. But it usually lasts for me for up to 6 hours. And I am a person who sweats. So, you know, we really need to make sure that we try our best to keep our toxins low in our skincare and our hair care, and that's what we're all about here at Now Nostalgia. If you have any questions or anything you don't understand about as far as ingredients, please reach out to me at info@nownostalgia.com. If you are interested in continuing to see more DIYs like this, feel free to go to nownostalgia.com, buy me a coffee so we can keep these DIYs coming. It helps me so much so that I can keep giving you guys awesome recipes, and all the actual measurements for these ingredients will be linked down in the bio. Thanks so much for watching this awesome DIY, and I hope that you can go ahead and subscribe and comment, and of course like this video. That helps out a whole lot. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.